Hello and welcome, beautiful souls, to my channel, Light of Shaya. My channel is all about illuminating the spiritual path forward and bringing you uplifting messages of love and light. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to those of you who are new. If you enjoy this content, please do hit the like and subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. And for those of you who are returning, I simply want to say thank you to each and every one of you. I greatly appreciate all of your support. So today is going to be one of my daily messages from Spirit. I'm going to be opening up the reading here with the Wisdom Keeper's Oracle deck. So let's get started here. What message does Spirit have for us today? I was told to pull this card here. Self-assurance. I'm gonna go ahead and start with that card here. And I'm going to pull just one more card after that. I'll be reading from the book, and then we'll get into the tarot a little bit later to see what messages Spirit has for us here, okay? I hope you're all having a very lovely day today. Hope that full moon in Aquarius treated you all well. Determination. So you have self-assurance and determination. This is 20 and this is 9 here. So let's get started reading from the book here, because I don't have these memorized and they're pretty lengthy. So let's start with determination. All those little acts done with heart begin to build up an inner momentum that eventually becomes unstoppable. The shadow aspect of this card is inertia. My gift to you, it's time to bring your heart back into everything you do, no matter how seemingly mundane. Remember, every act of intention is an act of magic. True determination isn't about force or struggle. It's about grounding yourself in your heart's desire. It's about building natural momentum, one love-filled act at a time. Perhaps at the beginning of an endeavor, when you're dealing with inner reluctance or habitual diversions, you may need to assert some will. But once you start moving, the entire universe, including your body, will rise up to meet you, creating a current of support to which you only need to surrender. Soon, you will see the connection between every moment of your life and your deepest dreams. So listen to your heart. Prioritize the practical or the beautiful and let go of the rest. It's that simple. Some questions for contemplation. Do you tend to feel lost in the mundane, or are you often trying to escape it? Where do you desire more movement in your life? Who might help you burst through the inertia and get moving? So oftentimes in life, what ends up happening when we want to start something new. So for example, let's say you want to work out, right? Because you want that fit body for the summer or whatever. Or simply want to be healthier. What we need to do at the very beginning is enforce our willpower onto that. Onto whatever the endeavor it is that we're wanting to accomplish, right? And so we get started with that, and eventually what ends up happening is we end up becoming, we're creatures of habit, so the will, we feel we need to exercise this each and every time. Now, when it comes to working out, most people, if not most, many people, tend to see it as a struggle, as something that you have to kind of push through every single day so that you can be healthier, etc., right? We can often take even that particular feeling and apply it to something that we actually enjoy doing. For example, let's say you're an artist and you love painting, but you know in order to become a great artist, you need to paint every day. And sometimes what will happen is that we start to look at it as almost a burden to have to do that every day instead of putting our entire heart and mind into what it is that we're doing, right? So this is about looking at that, looking at those ideas that we have deep within us when we feel like we're trying to push through constantly, like constantly trying to push through things, right? And even in our day-to-day lives, for example, washing the dishes, a lot of people hate. I've met so many people that hate washing dishes. I myself also hated washing dishes. Nowadays, I'm like, whatever about it. Like, I'll enjoy the act of washing dishes just for the sake of washing the dishes. It's a very mundane thing, but it's a part of our everyday lives that we sometimes take for granted. So it's about looking at that and looking at the passion, the joy of life behind that. This is every single act we do in this life is a holy act. It is a sacred act because everything in this life is sacred by nature. Let's go ahead and get into self-assurance. As you begin to accept that life has its own plans and flow, You also begin to stop interfering with the process at a mental level. The shadow aspect of this card is superficiality. My gift to you, I come to bring you great relief. Your mind may be busy telling you what to do. That's okay. But for this moment, I invite you to smile tenderly at your sweet, worried mind and know that everything is going to be all right. Right now, there is nothing to do, nothing to make happen, nothing to worry about, nothing to regret. Not in this moment. Just take a deep breath and know that your life is in the hands of something far greater than you could ever imagine. Even if you can't feel at one, as in one with the universe, with this moment, you are absolutely here right now. I promise you, rejoice in the wonder of presence, and genuine self-assurance will be your reward. Questions for contemplation. Do you feel absent from your life? Like you're going through the motions, but you're not really there? Does it feel impossible for you to slow down? Are you afraid of what might happen or what you might feel if you dropped all of that hectic activity? These two, it's really interesting. These two seem to be working in tandem here, the message here. So oftentimes what ends up happening is that we get so bogged down by the mundane, right? With determination, like forcing ourselves to go through the day to day with endeavors that we have, forcing ourselves to kind of get through the day. And then self-assurance is coming in saying, it's okay. Your mind is creating most of these ideas anyway. There's no need for you to worry about the future because it's not here. And there's no need to worry about the past either because it's not here. The only true moment that exists and will ever exist is this moment right now. Nothing else exists. The moment you just allow yourself to breathe and be in this very moment, pay attention to what your body feels like. Pay attention to the material of your clothing, what it feels like to breathe. What are you seeing right now? I mean, obviously you're watching this video, right? But what else are you seeing? What are you smelling? What are you hearing outside of this? And really ground yourself in the present moment. And when you begin to practice that, this is referred to as mindfulness. When you begin to practice that, everything else starts to fall into place. Let's see what the wisdom of the oracle cards here have for us. Spirit is coming through very strong here. Presence, mindfulness. For those of you who are not familiar with Eckhart Tolle, right, so an incredible man, but I highly suggest, I'm sorry, I have to pull these. I highly suggest reading The Power of Now by him. And if you don't want to read it, there's probably on YouTube here a what is it called? A free audiobook, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And you'll start to see things very differently. For those of you who are just beginning the spiritual path, who aren't very familiar with mindfulness, I highly suggest it. For those of you who already know about the spiritual path but would like to learn a little bit more about mindfulness, I still highly suggest it. It's an incredible book. So look at this. I cut the deck in half and I just felt that I needed to pull these cards. So the first card we have is Higher Power. Time for a nap. Deep Knowing. Milk and Honey. And finally, we have Blessed, a number 22 card. So these cards are really just, for me, a confirmation of the reading that we just did with these cards here, right? So we have higher power, obviously spirit coming through very strongly, as I was saying. We have time for a nap. It's time for you to relax. It's time for you to contemplate your life a little bit more in the sense of like, from a space of mindfulness, where could you be more mindful? In what places do you feel like mindfulness can help you out? For example, when you wash dishes, are you fully in the moment, or is your brain going 100 miles per hour thinking about the next thing you have to do? Oh, I have to get dinner started at this time, or, I got to work tomorrow. I don't know what the work day is going to look like tomorrow. You're already stressing yourself out about it. It's time for a nap. It's time to relax. You have a deep knowing. So with the deep knowing card here, this is about your intuition. When you start tapping into mindfulness more and more, your intuition starts to heighten. You begin to see things differently. You begin to experience life differently because you're in your body now. So when you're in your body, when you're more present, your intuition comes through very strongly. We have the milk and honey and the blessed card here. You'll start to experience more and more bliss when you step into this space. Why? Because it comes with inner peace. Inner peace is so important. This society is in a sense sick. The construct that society is, like the way it's been built, the structure, it's sick because we've been told that we have to work hard for everything that we do. We've been told that we are the mind, which is false. We are the observer of the mind. We are the listener. We are the one behind that. And the essence of the soul is to be. It is to be. There is no question about that. It just simply is. The soul is. It doesn't need to explain itself to anyone. It just is. And so our bodies, our minds, they're the opposite in a sense of what the soul is, because it's grounded in a dense material plane here. So let's go ahead and get started here. Look at this. My goodness. Bottom underlying energy at the bottom of the deck. We got the 10 of Cups. 3 of Wands. Manifesting emotional fulfillment, a life of joy, of happiness, working on yourself, working on your craft from a place of joy brings you infinite abundance here with the Empress. This is you stepping into the abundance, love, happiness. Page of Cups. We have the Moon. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. Wow. 2 of Swords. Okay. 5 of Swords. Goodness. Page of Swords. A lot of defensive energy here. Queen of Wands. Drama. Let's see where we're going. Look at that. My goodness. The Devil. And 7 of Wands. Yeah, so this for me is an extension of yesterday's reading. Because yesterday's reading was all about resistance. It was about refusing to allow things to end. It was about control. And so this particular spread, so do keep in mind, guys, these are general readings. The message may or may not resonate for you at this time. Keep in mind that the tarot is also about divination, so this could be simply future events. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. This is beautiful. So here we have the Page of Cups, right? Very dreamy energy. This could be an apology. This could be a new love. We have the Moon following. This is about deep feelings, fears, subconscious fears. This is about the shadow aspects of ourselves. Right now, you may be seeing, or in the past, we're feeling a bit unsure. The path was obscure. 4 of Pentacles, holding on to dear life to whatever little bit of money that you had. If you're at a job, a dead-end job, a job that doesn't make you happy, this is about holding on to that and not wanting to let go because you're afraid. 2 of Swords, indecision here, an inability to see things clearly. 5 of Swords, this could be competition in the workplace. This could also be your ego coming through and wanting to win things out. This could be a person that you're dealing with. Do keep that in mind as well. We have the Page of Swords, somebody who likely has been either A, spying on you, or this could simply be more defensive energy. Queen of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands here, very fiery, passionate. The Queen of Wands is incredibly confident. She's exuberant. She bows to no one because she knows that she is beautiful, that she is beautiful just the way she is. And so she never doubts herself. However, the Queen of Wands can also be looked at as drama. And in this particular spread, that's how I am reading her. This is drama. These are situations that are karmic in nature with the Devil. The Devil is an interesting card because we stay here by choice. These people appear to be chained against their will, but the truth is that they can leave at any given moment in time. Those chains around their neck are incredibly loose. They could simply just take the noose off, so to speak, the chains, and walk away from the Devil. And the Devil wouldn't do anything about it. He's just here making you believe that you're under his control. This could be greed, material greed. This could be addictions to sex, to drugs, and drugs also includes alcohol. This could be codependency as well. Some people could have manipulated you in the past with the 5 of Swords here. And likely you're finally starting to see this. However, there is some resistance. However, I'm also seeing this card as you standing your ground and setting healthy boundaries with people like this. So we do have Capricorn with the devil, Pisces with the moon, and we have Taurus, Libra with the Empress. We also have water signs here and fire signs. And we also have Aries with the Emperor. I'll get into this. So this is about trudging through this. When you're in a mindful place, when you're at peace, these situations, these scenarios, this kind of energy here with the Two of Swords starts to dissipate because it does not matter. Now, this isn't to say that you should do spiritual bypassing. I do not advocate for that at all, simply because in my experience, spiritual bypassing helped me only move inches down the path. What actually does, when you do the work of looking at your shadow aspects, of looking at the darkness within, of seeing like, man, I could be a real jerk when XYZ thing happens. Like, how can I prevent that from happening? And not just saying, how do I prevent that? But also looking at it and saying, why do I behave that way? Why do I feel aggressive when this kind of thing is presented to me, right? If somebody, for example, doesn't meet up to your expectations repeatedly, how do you deal with that situation? Do you simply lay down and let them walk all over you? Or do you do the opposite and you explode with the Queen of Wands? Do you explode and you say, how dare you do this to me? In a very visceral, angry way of wanting to win, Five of Swords, wanting to win all the arguments, wanting to beat down the competition, so to speak. Because if you're doing that, you're coming from the wrong place. The truth is that we should always be coming from a place of compassion, okay? Now, here's the interesting part here. In the future, this is going to start dissipating because there's going to be a moment of clarity and inspiration here. Ace of Wands. This is going to come to you out of the blue. There's likely some sort of revelation here. And interestingly enough, this Ace of Wands has almost like an Ace of Swords feel, but it's very different. There's a different energy embodying it. I think this might be just a moment of inspiration and insight that comes through, likely regarding control or narcissistic partners or narcissistic people in general. However, this could also simply be you learning that you are the emperor, that you are in power here. We have a power couple here. We have the divine feminine and the divine masculine here. This is about you coming into union within yourself. See, in order for you to protect the divine feminine in you, you need to also step into your divine masculine of knowing how to set healthy boundaries, of knowing how to protect yourself, how to stand up for yourself, which I do see coming up for you. Ten of Pentacles, coming into a place of abundance within the self, in your physical reality as well. This is about finding home. Opening up your heart to compassion. Queen of Cups here. Some of you could be dealing, as I said, with a water sign. But this is about opening yourself up to love. Moving on from these toxic people with the Six of Swords. Physically, some of you may actually physically move away from home, from a abusive partner. And Six of Wands, we have overcoming this. Overcoming the struggle. Overcoming all of the problems that come along with these manipulative people. Let's go ahead and I'm curious about the Moon card and the Devil card. I'm going to ask about them. Let's clarify the Devil and the Moon here. What is this about? Because I feel they're one and the same, interestingly enough. Yeah, you look at this. High Priestess. You already know. There's a deep inner knowing about this. This is more Cancerian and Piscean energy here. Yes, so Six of Pentacles. This is about equal give and take. Some of you may be givers and people have been running you dry. Some of you have been waiting. You've invested a lot into this. Look at this progression here. 6 to 7 of Pentacles, a progression. You likely have invested into situations. Oftentimes, these could have been third-party situations with people. And remember, third-party doesn't necessarily mean infidelity. It could also mean a person who simply isn't emotionally available or available there for them to give you the kind of relationship you want. Or the other interpretation that I have now is that you're starting to see friendships differently. You're starting to see friends who likely have taken advantage of you. And they've left you sitting here like waiting on them, so to speak. Some of these people might flake on you on the last minute, just ghost you. Like, let's say you had plans with your girlfriends or your guy friends or whatever, and they just ghost you. And you're like, well, what the heck? I thought we were supposed to go out tonight. Where is so and so? Some of you already have a deep knowing about this. This could also be secrets, somebody hiding third party for a few of you. Those of you likely already know about this, though. For those of you that I'm talking about, because I don't want to freak you guys out and say that every single person, guy that you guys have out there, or whatever you're into, man or woman, that they're cheating on you or anything like that. But that's not what I'm getting. For those of you who already kind of had that inkling, this is likely confirmation for you. And then finally, we have the judgment card here. Balancing out past karma, right? This is about the judgment call, a revelation, a spiritual awakening. These two combined here is about a revelation. Once again, I'm getting that from the Ace of Wands. Some of you are going to start seeing things clearly, seeing things for what they are, and moving away from that, moving into a place of milk and honey, of being blessed, of knowing that you are blessed, that these people are simply challenges in your life, moving in a brand new direction here. Look at that. Ace of Swords, clarity. And finally, we have happiness, the sun. Beautiful energy here. Wow. Oh, goodness. So, yes, you guys are going to be dropping the baggage, dropping all that stuff, putting those people to, moving away from those people and finally overcoming these challenges within the near future. But there will be a moment of inspiration, of clarity for you all. For those of you this message is resonating with, okay? Finally manifesting what you deserve in this life, knowing what you deserve, and then being able to manifest it in turn. So, viewer, I simply want to say thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please do hit the like and subscribe button. It's greatly appreciated. I'm sending you so much love and so much light. Stay blessed.